Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we dive into the financial world and come up for air with the most important insights. Today we're looking at Bluerock Homes Trust, and let me tell you, this filing has some interesting moves when it comes to how they pay their top brass, almost like a financial shell game. Before we jump in, if you love cutting through the corporate jargon, make sure you subscribe, and hey, if you want to chat about these filings or anything else finance related, join our Discord community, the link is in the description below. So what's the big news with Bluerock Homes Trust? Well, it seems they've been doing some creative compensation arrangements for their executives, using company units instead of just plain old cash. This report details specific instances where stock units or something called CL-tip units were given out to key people like their CEO and president. This is a current report, filed to announce major events that shareholders should know about. Bluerock Homes Trust is involved in real estate, specifically in developing and managing residential properties. They are listed on the NYSE American Exchange. The company we're talking about is Bluerock Homes Trust Inc. They are incorporated in Maryland. The main thing they have listed on the stock exchange is their Class A common stock, which you can find traded under the ticker symbol BHM on the NYSE American. This section is all about unregistered sales of equity securities. Essentially, when a company sells stock but doesn't go through the whole public registration process with the SEC. The core of this filing is about how Bluerock is paying for services not with cash but with their own company units. Specifically, it's about their base management fee, which is basically a payment to their external manager for running the company. So Bluerock has a management agreement with its operating partnership and an external manager called Bluerock Homes Manager. This manager handles the day-to-day business. The agreement allows them to pay a base management fee, which can be paid in cash or, if the board agrees, in something called CL-tip units. These CL-tip units are special units of their operating partnership. For the quarter ending June 2025, the board approved paying part of the management fee in these CL-tip units. The amount paid in units was based on $210,000 divided by the average stock price over 5 business days. The rest of the fee was paid in cash. This is a way to conserve cash for the company and also gives the management team a stake in the company's future performance through these units. Now, something really interesting happens with the compensation of the top executives, Mr. Kamfar, the CEO, and Mr. Ruddy, the president. Back in December, they both agreed to receive part of their salaries, which are actually paid by an affiliate called Bray in the CL-tip units instead of cash. This was done to help the manager save cash and to get the executives more invested in the company's success. And here's where it gets even more interesting. Instead of the company paying the full $210,000 of the management fee in CL-tip units to the manager, they directed the company to issue $150,000 worth of these units directly to Mr. Kamfar and $60,000 worth to Mr. Ruddy. This is to cover the manager's expenses for paying 80% of their base salaries for the second quarter. So essentially, the company's management fee payment is being rerouted to the executives as form of compensation. On August 19, 2025, they calculated that a total of 16,012 CL-tip units would be issued. Following that directive we just talked about, the company made sure the operating partnership issued 11,437 of these units to Mr. Kamfar and 4,575 units to Mr. Ruddy. This directly settles their salary obligations for 80% of their base pay for the second quarter. The company is relying on exemptions from registration because both Mr. Kamfar and Mr. Ruddy are considered accredited investors and have a clear existing relationship with the company. This means they don't need to go through the usual public share offering process. These CL-tip units are fully vested, meaning they belong to the executives right away. They can eventually be converted into regular operating partnership units or OP units. These OP units can then be exchanged for cash or, after a year, for the company's common stock. Plus, while they hold these units, they'll get distribution equivalents, which is like getting a piece of any dividends the company pays out to its regular shareholders. And this report is signed off by Christopher J. Vose, the Chief Financial Officer and Treasurer, dated August 2025. Now, looking at all of this, what's my take? Bluerock Homes Trust is clearly trying to manage its cash flow carefully, especially when it comes to executive compensation. By paying in units, they're keeping cash in the company, which can be good for overall liquidity and growth. This also aligns the executives' interests directly with the company's stock performance, since their compensation in part is tied to the value of these units and the underlying stock. However, there's also a potential risk to consider. If a company's stock value or the value of these CLTIP units decreases, the executive's compensation would also decrease, which could impact morale or their willingness to stay. On the flip side, if the company does well, these units could become very valuable, creating a strong incentive for performance. It's a smart move for cash conservation, but it also ties executive compensation more directly to market performance, which can be a double-edged sword. What's particularly interesting here is the direct issuance of these management fee units to the CEO and president. It's a sophisticated way to handle compensation, rewarding key people while also satisfying obligations. It shows a company that's thinking creatively about how to manage its financial structure and incentivize its leadership. Overall, Bluerock Homes Trust seems to be navigating a period where managing cash is key, and they're using their own equity in a structured way to do it. It's a strategy that can work well if the company's performance continues to be strong, but it's something to watch as the market fluctuates. Alright, that's our breakdown of Bluerock Homes Trust's latest filing. What's your take on this creative compensation strategy? Do you think it's a smart move for the company and its executives? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps us out, and subscribe for more deep dives into corporate finance. And don't forget to join our Discord community through the link in the description for more discussions. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Corporate Decoder.